Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Vero G. Welcome to the show. As you guys see each and every week, you're going to hear live on the show. So we got a great show for you guys today. We don't have a guest today, but we're going to have a special edition of the show here. As you guys know, we're going to talk about Puff Daddy and this interesting updates of more people testifying against him on court. And also we're going to, do usual segments do here on the show, as you guys know. So with that in mind, welcome to the show. You are watching us also live on YouTube, on Twitch, and also on Facebook Live. Chat is open now, so if you want to say anything on the show here, anything that I talk about on the show here, you're more than welcome to do so. Before we continue, today's a special day, and today is Happy Father's Day. So all the fathers out there, Happy Father's Day to you all. To all fathers out there doing an amazing job with their children, stepkids, whoever the case may be. We were here at the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host, Vero G. Want to salute you for your dedication and time for these amazing children and what you're contributing to the world. So thank you. With that in mind. So I just want to say that before we continue the show. So again, guys, you can stream here. Actually, this is streamed, by the way, live. But I'm saying there's a QR code down on the screen if you see it. If you'd like to donate any way possible to the show, I truly do appreciate that if you guys would like to do that. So, as you know. All right, I'm going to take it down now, unfortunately, because I have to put comments. You know how I do the show here, right? So if you already got used to the show, how the format is, you got familiar with that. So you're right now. All right, guys. So with that in mind, we got a great show for you guys. Big shout out before we continue on here on the show. A big shout out to Gonzalo Duran. Yes, last night actually I was at his event for his fundraising event, and it was just great to everyone doing anything. Also, I just put out there real quickly. He is also a father. All my friends out there who are fathers out there. Again, Happy Father's Day to all. You see here on the show. So again, just salute to him and every other friends of mine that are fathers, CJ. I mean, the list of people I know personally and also in the field of entertainment. Just Happy Father's Day to all. I don't want to forget nobody before I continue. All right, so with that in mind, quickly, I just want to give a big shout out to Gonzalo Duran, who invited us yesterday to his amazing show, event. Actually, it was a fundraising event in the Bronx. And it was an opportunity of a lifetime to meet a lot of other great people there and a lot of people in the political world, and also to meet the one and only running candidate for mayor seat of 2025 himself, Curtis Silva. It was great to meet him and just like, wow, he's real. So that was really cool. So it's just great vibes. It was good food, good time. So thank you again. And congratulations to you as well, Gonzalo, and all your endeavors as well. So just wanted to say that here. Yes. So let's continue on the show. You know how we usually do here on the show. We just get a little friendly with different types of segments, all that said and done. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with announcements. That's right. Part of the show, guys. Yes. So let's get right into it. Yes.
Here, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show, and it is part of the announcement segment. So definitely come check out updates and much more.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Much love. Yes. All right, so let's get right into announcements. Yes, this Saturday coming up, we'll be having an event on June 21st, and it'll be happening at the locations at the Michelle restaurant, I believe. And there'll be free entry, free food, and the celebration for Reynolds benefit, for Conservative Republican Party. He just made it to the ballot for this year, 2025, for City Council District 2. So it's big announcement for that. And you're all the welcome to come. If you want further information, you have me on my social media, which is in my Instagram is @official Vero G, and also forgive me, I'll get a lot of notifications here. I guess that you can follow me on Instagram @official Vero G, and also on my Facebook. You have me on Facebook already. You know what to find me. So that's pretty much it with that. Yeah. All right, so next announcement on here, another big shout out again to my brother from another sister or mother, what do you call her, right? Shout out to Real Lyrics. Yes, again, his album is out now called Evolution Volume 1. Go support it. Great songs on there, great collaborations. We show you the quick lineup of songs he got there. So definitely go support him. With that in mind, it's available on all digital platforms. Definitely go support, and all that said and done. And I'll be playing again tonight his song called No Hope, which I'm featured on it. And definitely support. Also, quickly before we get out to announcements, again, you can check us out at www.WhosNextNYCRadio.com, where you play 24/7, 365 days a year, as you see there. We play all types of genres or songs and music, you call it, from hip hop, rap, pop, Latin. I mean, anything, you name it. We play reggae, reggaeton, all that. So if you'd like to submit on the show, you know where to find me. Let's make it happen. Also, that's the QR code on there. You want to scan it on your phone, it will directly to the website. So you can definitely check out all the artists' music we're playing, and you see all that information on there on the site itself. All right, so that was it for announcements on the show. Let's see what else we got here today. We got breaking news, everybody. That's one of my favorite parts of the show. So let's get right into the juice. Sorry, guys. I'm over here thinking I'm talking, and the whole time not. I have to learn how to work on this thing again. Anyway, guys, so we're on the breaking news segment, and on this alone, let's get right into the tea. So apparently, you see here on the screen, we have the Democratic race or the Democratic Party for mayor of 2025. As you see, we got Eric Adams, we got Andrew Cuomo, we got Adriana Andrews, and Adams. They're not related, by the way. We got Stinger, we got Stringer, what names. The list of other people are there, as you see on the screen. Right? So pretty much, if y'all didn't watch the debate, you missed out a whole lot. Jesus, the list goes on. I mean, I watched the majority of it, and pretty much they were ripping up Andrew Cuomo's ass about the sexual allegations or harassment of women, numerous women, about his controversial COVID situation with the nursing homes. I mean, they were just out for him. And I forgot this gentleman's name. Forgive me if I get it wrong. The Middle Eastern guy who's also in the race. They were like, I think Andrew Cuomo mispronounced his name, and he had to correct it. It was a lot of back and forth, cat like attacking. It was just like high school over again. It was so much. But if you didn't watch it, I think they may have it on demand somewhere. Just check it out. I think maybe NBC or something, or one of these. I don't know. Just check it online. They have just probably on YouTube as well. You gotta definitely check that out if you get a chance. So yeah, let's get right into the scoop, right? As I say, right? So let's get right into it. So apparently, you guys know it's the early voting for mayor, as I mentioned right now, for this year of 2025. And registered voters in the city can cast ballots in the Democratic Party for mayor and other races starting on Saturday, which is also the deadline for voter registration. All right, let me give you more thoughts on that. This year's mayoral race has so far been a strange, frustrating exercise. The Democratic Party, or primary, usually definitive, is looking at a like two-man race between candidates who are not guaranteed to win in November. Andrew Cuomo, the former governor, and Zohan Mohammed, I hope I said it correctly, Mohammedini, forgive me, that name is hard, a Democratic socialist who has served 4 years in the state assembly. One is only a few years removed from resigning amid an enormous sexual harassment and abuse of power scandal. The other is a decade removed from college. The political trajectory of the city is genuinely up for grabs, and no one's feeling too confident about it. On Thursday evening, 2 days before the start of early voting, Cuomo, Madini, and 5 of the 9 remaining candidates in the primary faced off in a televised debate at the campus of John Jay College near Columbus Circle. For 2 hours, just a few blocks from the gleaming towers of Billionaires Row, the field discussed the city's housing and affordability crisis, policing and its effect on crime, New York's relationship with Donald Trump, Israel and Palestine, e-bikes, and myriad other issues. That's right. The candidates, by and large, are serious people with serious things to say about the city's overlapping crises. Though no one on stage could ignore the modern political demand for clip-ready zingers. Truth be told, experience matters, and Andrew Cuomo has experience. The former controller, Scott Stringer, said, delivering the true sound can line of the night, but vision matters. And Madimi said, you have the vision, and you have to articulate it. That during the campaign, Stringer turned from his competitors to face the audience and added, the problem is we need to someone who can do both. The tea is real, people. The tea is real. So after a recent run of polls showed Madini in second place and gaining on Cuomo, his opponents have started treating him a front runner. Now, I'm just going to throw a prediction. I've been saying this for a while, guys. I believe for a fact that Andrew Cuomo will be winning just off the bat. And I know why I'm saying this. So apparently states here, Madini's campaign, which even reportedly had doubts about when it began last year, has caught fire with committed liberals and leftists of various stripes. He had proposed raising taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers and corporations to pay for New York public programs, including free buses and freezing the rent in the city's rent-regulated apartments. The name is Madami, he said sharply on Thursday after Cuomo mispronounced it. I told you guys, a tick that has sounded increasingly deliberate as. The polls have tightened in the past few weeks. In the first question at the Thursday's debate, one of the moderators, the Spectrum New York One's host, Errol Lewis, asked Madini how, with his youth and relative lack of experience, he could assure New Yorkers he was up to the job of overseeing $100 million public budget and 300,000 person public workforce. I have never had to resign in disgrace, Madini said at one point in his last life. In answer, turning the question back to his principal opponent, I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of accused of being sexual harassment. This is what he was talking about. I was telling you guys about this. The debate, it was really heated. It was tense. It's crazy. All right, so since getting into the race, Cuomo's evasions of gaslighting and refused to take responsibility for the bad acts that led to his downfall 4 years ago. That's right, people, 4 years ago, you can't make this up, have been made for brazen performance. 5 district attorneys looked at this. Cuomo said, repeating a practice line of absolutely nothing has come. His contention seems to be that 13 women independently came up with the idea of accusing him of sexual harassment for little to no personal gain. Quote unquote, as Cuomo likes to point out, none of the civil lawsuits brought against him has succeeded. Interesting. Either against him. I'm just saying right here, guys. Either. And yet the former governor's political skills and power has also been, you hear this, guys? Been on display for the past few weeks. He has secured the endorsements of many elected officials who was not so long ago agitated for his resignation, as well as influential Black pastors, prominent Jewish community leaders, and leaders of many of the city's big labor unions. During a discussion of education funding in the city, Cuomo broke in to say that the other candidates, look at this, guys, arguments about a new and costly state imposed public school class size limit was all wrong. The state has to pay, Cuomo said, arguing that if Albany wanted to impose a mandate on the city, it needed to be backed with dollars. Let's be realistic. This is what he's saying, people. So this goes on with that one. It states here, New York State should call for more money to make sure Class City kids aren't consigned to packed school classrooms. But no one doubts Cuomo's knowledge of the workings of government. The questions are about motive, comportment, and why he should be trusted after making such a mess of the government. Of all the candidates on stage, Brad Lander and the city's controller, we call it, and the Brooklyn progressive seemed happiest to be there early in the day, the Times, which had previously announced its intention to break long-held practice and not endorse in local elections this year, published a quasi-endorsement of Lander, the product of a survey of notable New Yorkers conducted by the paper's opinion section. 7 of 15 respondents, who included a political scientist, a conservative think tank, which is weird saying that, president, a party strategist, and the restaurateur Danny Mayer, said that Lander was the best candidate in the field. No other candidate got more than 2 responses to back them. His record as a consensus builder and his responsible approach to leadership makes him the top choice in a perfect Democratic field. The opinion section editors wrote, at the previous televised debate, Lander had as a conscious builder and his responsible approach to leadership make him a top choice in an imperfect Democratic field. The opinion section's editors wrote, at the previous televised debate, Lander had got a big loss. Onset and John Jay, glowing from the Times praise, he seemed to step up himself a bit more, landing a couple of direct shots on Cuomo, who was standing as a podium to his right. This is crazy, people. This is crazy. Listen, the chat is open, people. I gave you just a back quick story about this whole mayor debate situation at hand. Again, guys, how do you feel about that? Because this is just crazy. Like, everybody's attacking each other. That's what usually happens in politics. The smear campaigns. They try to attack each other to make themselves look bad, good or bad, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, this is high school. Like, focus on what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's just interesting, this whole story about the mayor debate. I saw it. It was crazy. I can't keep going on with that, but you got to watch it yourself. I can give you more details on that, but definitely watch it if you have a chance to. Yes, so let's get more on to breaking news. I think that's the right one. Hold on, make sure. Yes, there's the one. Okay, so next story we got here. There's a thing called No Kings Protest. This has happened recently, this week or so. It's across the United States here. So let me give you some information on here. So apparently, states here, large crowds across the country have gathered to protest the Trump administration in major cities like Philadelphia, Atlanta, New York, and Chicago. As well, in the smaller rural communities, the No Kings rallies, as the demonstrations were known, were planned for the same day as a military parade was in Washington, D.C. That President Trump scheduled for the Army's 250th anniversary, which also coincided with his 79th birthday. In Minnesota, there were a gunman shot. Oh my God, really? Wow. Shot and killed a state lawmaker and her husband. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a true story. And her husband, and gravely injured a state senator and his wife on Saturday. Demonstrators came out to protest despite the events being officially canceled. Several protesters know that it was important to show courage on a frightening day. The demonstration followed more than a week of large-scale protests in Los Angeles against Mr. Trump's immigration crackdown and his decision to deploy the military there. How do you guys feel about that? Because that's a whole bunch of tea there. I mean, it's the first time I ever heard this before. I got some kind of like new to this whole situation, but I never heard of this. The thing I just told you guys a few minutes ago. Sorry, just playing my notes right now with you guys. But yeah, this is the first time I ever heard this of a thing called a No Kings protest. If you guys know about it, let me know, because I'm new to this whole game with this whole situation. Yeah, really weird. I don't know. Too strong, but I guess with that. All right, guys, let's see what's next on the next breaking news here. So this story is very devastating. I'll give you some notes on this real quickly on this whole matter. Sorry. So this taking place in Brooklyn, by the way. It states here, driver arrested after 3-car crash in Brooklyn injures 4 people, including NYPD officers. My goodness. It's crazy. So it states here, it happened in Brooklyn. It was a 3-car collision in Brooklyn early Sunday morning, injured 4 people, including 2 NYPD officers. The crash happened just after 2 a.m. at the intersection of Avenue U and Coney Island Avenue. Police say a 25-year-old man was traveling north of Coney Island Avenue in a Chevrolet Suburban when he collided with the driver of a Volvo traveling west on Avenue U. Now, according to the NYPD, the crash then caused the Chevy to collide with a marked police car. My goodness. Officials say the police vehicle They have lights on, but no sirens. Oh my God. Officers arrested the 25-year-old Chevy driver. The driver's two passengers and two police officers were taken to area hospitals in stable condition. No one in the Volvo was injured as a result of the incident. Authorities are now trying to determine what led to the crash. Yeah. Again, people, I cannot stress this enough. You got to be careful out there. Either if you are a driver or a pedestrian, please be safe out in these streets. I cannot stress this enough. It doesn't matter if in New York City alone, it's also worldwide. You also have to watch where you're going. These days, even having a car and driving, you have to be careful. And unfortunately, there's many times this has happened, many car crashes and many instances where unfortunately it's, whatever the case may be. But with that said, I just hope people be safe out there, please, because it's safe. It's not safe out there in general with anything's happening in our surroundings, for that matter. So yeah, so that was it for breaking news. Let's get into my other favorite part of the show, celebrity gossip. Or I call celebrity news or something else. It's same thing to me. So you guys already know. Let's get right into the tea. Yeah, baby.
Audio Jungle.
All right, guys. So we're on a celebrity news update right now. Right now, we're giving you some good exclusive stuff right now on the show. Here's one of my favorite 80s icon, by the way, pop icon. I should reiterate that. Okay. Being part of the LGBTQ and plus community, he was one of my favorites back in the day coming out. And he goes by the name of Boy George, by the way. And when he made that song Chameleon and the list, hold on one second. I'm not dealing with this shit right now. Hold on. All right, back to the story, guys. So again, Boy George is well known and it's worldwide. It was amazing music and his amazing deliverance. Sorry for that, guys. Like I said again, he is really amazing in his work and his creativity is astronomical and his artistry is amazing. Like the list goes on with his music and everything. And also, side note before I get into the story, also he had a Broadway play, I think, based on his life story a couple years ago. I think he also was a part of the Broadway show called Kinky Boots, I think. He had some part of the play itself. I think he had like the funding to it, or what do you want to call it, or something like that. Anyway, but I think he had a hand in that. Was really cool. I never got to see the Broadway play, but that's really cool. Really cool. All right, so apparently it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Boy George. I'm so sorry for that, guys. All right, so sign up with the conversation with Boy George. So apparently it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Boy George. So apparently another pop icon who I really idolize a lot too, Cyndi Lauper. You guys, the song goes on, Girls Wanna Have Fun, the list of songs. Jesus, she made a lot of good hits back then in the 80s. So just a side note, when Cyndi Lauper, who was 71, by the way, God bless her. Wow. I just realized how old she is. My God. Yeah. So let's just change up a little bit here. So apparently, they celebrate his birthday. I think he turned 80 years old, I believe. Boy George here in the show, on the picture we see on the screen there. Yeah, let's get right into it. So apparently, it states all artists, no matter how prolific, are inspired by the people who came before them. Just 1 year prior to Cyndi Lauper's debut, Culture Club, I remember that. Released their debut album, Kissing to Be Clever, and their single, Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Oh, that was Boy George. I remember that as an album back then. So the group used to work back then. Became a huge international hit. It was a recently shared video. Lauper shared that frontman Boy George, who was 64, with his flashy makeup and wild style, inspired her to be her true self. That was back then. So apparently, it states here on June 14th, for Boy George's birthday, Cyndi Lauper shared a video from February of 2025, where she acknowledged just that. If it wasn't for you when you came out looking how you looked, I would never have the courage to look like I look. That's amazing. I like that. That's really cool. It says here, this was just as Cyndi Lauper brought out the icon to saying girls just want to have fun with her while performing at London's O2 Arena. George complimented her back with the phrase, "I could listen to you reality frequent." Those words are crazy to me. I'm sorry. All night talking, let alone singing. You're amazing. People were obsessed with singing or seeing the duo couple together. I didn't know they did the collaboration, did they? I don't really think they did. I remember that. People were obsessed with seeing the duo together, and boom, all my dreams came true. One fan had written. So apparently, again, happy birthday to you, George. Boy George. I hope I said it correct. I think he just turned 80. If I'm not, I will recheck my notes, but I believe he did. So God bless you and many more years to come. So God bless you, as they say. Yes. All right. So next one on the news, which was very interesting. I didn't know about this about Taylor Swift. So apparently, as you see here on the screen, Taylor Swift, she went to a Florida hospital and surprised her fans. States here, Taylor Swift has been spending a lot of time in the Sunshine State alongside with her NFL boyfriend, Travis Cleese, whatever it is, Cleese. As he trains in the off season and between dinner dates, she decided to pay a little visit to some young fans. After attending the Stanley Cup Finals with Cleese, Swift then spent the day at Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital in Hollywood, Florida. I forgot to carry that there on June 13th. Photos and videos of patients and their parents started flooding online, showing Swift walking from room to room to surprise the young patients. She took selfies, videos, FaceTime people's loved ones, and more. That's amazing. I love that. That's really, I mean, that's why people love her, because she's really genuine with her fans and she always embraces them. I love that. Now, states here, one patient who is in the hospital for severe scoliosis shared a carousel of photos on TikTok under the username Jamar with the caption, "When you have scoliosis, but it's okay because you met Taylor Swift." Wow, that's amazing. Jamar also shared a video that his mom recorded that showed Swift first entering the room and complimenting the Harry Potter something decor. "This is the coolest room I've ever seen. Are you kidding?" Swift could be heard saying. According to Dr. Jill Whitehouse, a pediatric surgeon at the hospital, Swift spent 4 hours at the hospital going to room. That is dedication, people. I cannot stop that. It says. She spoke to everyone. She was gentle and compassionate with every patient, no matter what their current situation was. Whitehouse wrote on TikTok, "I can 100% confirm she is everything you want an idol to be." You made me cry. Stop. Oh my God. She's just amazing. I would love to be one day. Other footage captured from the day show Swift posing for photos with families, signing copies of her Eras Tour book, and chatting with stunned fans. The hospital's official Instagram account shared a carousel of images from the big visit showing Swift interacting with patients and taking endless photos. States here, quote unquote, "You made this a day we'll never shake off." The caption read, "Thank you at Taylor Swift for bringing your support and kindness to Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. You turn hospital hallways into a place of joy, comfort, and connection." Also states here, yeah, I just want to make sure I got that correct. Okay, so that was that for her. That's amazing, people. Listen, one thing is being a celebrity and you being famous and you get all these accolades and appraisal and everything. But one thing I truly, genuinely love about Taylor Swift, the years that she's been in this industry, the mainstream industry, okay? This woman never forgets to give back. And just many countless times privately that she's given money away as a philanthropist, by the way, to many programs, to many nonprofit organizations, which I heard of some anyway. But for the most part, she's always giving back, and her fans love her because she never forgets them. And let me take this picture out. And I just feel like she's amazing as a great role model, and for young children and little girls, I meant to say, and even teens and even adults. Her music resonates with everybody. And, even though she may have controversy with her dating men, come on, please, she's done really well. And I commend her for the most part. So kudos to you and keep up the great work that you're doing. Taylor Swift. Yes. All right, so that's our celebrity news. the one and only Madonna, the pop icon. Let me rephrase that now. She's the pop icon, the queen of pop. I have to put that. I'm gonna put that as a side note because she is. Just saying. So apparently, it states here Madonna is celebrating Pride Month. You know, by the way, it's Pride Month. Happy Pride, everybody out there. With a social media post encouraging fans to love the skin you're in. She shared a photo of herself in a minimal clothing. I think I've seen it, posing on a bed with white sheets and holding white flowers. She also posted a video montage highlighting her support for the LGBTQ plus community and her performances at the Stonewall Inn, the birthplace of the modern gay rights movement. Listen, girl, go ahead. Listen, I ain't knocking you. Shit. That's what I'm talking about. Madonna is icon. Icon. And I love her music from the 80s. Not now too much, but when like the early 2000s, she was already, okay. After that, I was like, But yeah, when she first came out, Holiday, I mean, the list of songs hits she made. Like it's a Holiday, the one that she made about Papa Don't Preach, that one, I love that one. Jesus, the one that she did, the Spanish one, oh God, I didn't know the song. Forgive me. Anyway, like a prayer. I mean, the list goes on and on. She made hits for years. So big shout out to her, what she's doing. All right, so that was the celebrity gossip, celebrity news. Hope you guys enjoying yourselves. We're trying to have a calm show today. Really calm and collective. We're trying. Yes, as you guys know. So as you know, this month is Men's Health Awareness Month. And it's June, by the way. So I just want to throw it in there. And we're going to play a clip of a news coverage talking about this issue and experts about how men could, face their situations about this matter. And I think this is very, very crucial for men out there worldwide to really take the initiative and take care of themselves mentally, health-wise, any other aspect. Definitely take care of yourself if you can. So, but then we're going to play a little clip, and then after that, we're going to come back, and we're going to get to the Puff Daddy trial, because there's a lot of tea in that one. And then we're going to do some music break. So with that said, stay tuned, get your popcorn ready, get your dinner ready, and enjoy the show. And again, we're live on YouTube, also on Facebook Live, and on Twitch. So if you want to share, you're more than welcome to do so, and I appreciate the support as we speak. So thank you. All right, guys, so here's the clip. We'll be right back. And again, you're watching the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show, your host, Vero G.
Low testosterone levels can impact men of all ages. More than half of men over the age of 20 have high blood pressure. June is Men's Health Month, and Dr. Trina Trost with Marathon Health joins us to share more on why now is a good time to get a checkup. Good morning, doctor. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. We're glad to have you here this morning because it's something that's impacting a lot of men, and we need to get it addressed and have conversations about it. So what are some symptoms of low testosterone?
Low testosterone will often decrease men's sex drive, libido, and it can also impair erectile function.
What are some treatment options?
So we replace testosterone medically. It's one of those compounds that doesn't get absorbed perfectly through the gut system, so we can't treat it easily with pills. We'll usually use patches, gels, to get it absorbed through the skin, or we'll do injections to get it absorbed through musculature.
Does leading a physical, active lifestyle help with these shots? Or can I just get the injection and I'm fine?
No, yeah, you really want to have a healthy, active lifestyle. So actually getting good sleep, eating a nutritious diet, and getting regular exercise all naturally increase testosterone for us.
Now, when it comes to prostate cancer, how many men are diagnosed each year with prostate cancer?
So about 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer at some point in their lifespan.
And prostate cancer is being more and more talked about. What are some treatments people are doing with that?
Absolutely. So we know that there's some high-profile prostate cancer diagnoses recently, and so early detection is really important with that. Screening is often individualized based on things like race and family history, but often we'll start screening men about age 45 or 50, and treatment will usually involve things like radiation, sometimes medication and hormonal treatments.
It seems like this conversation is becoming more comfortable for men because it's a serious issue. Have you seen more and more men be open to talking about this and getting screenings at an earlier age?
We really are. I think previously taking your health seriously was not necessarily seen as a very macho topic. But what we're seeing now is that men are becoming more comfortable opening up about whatever their health issues are and becoming a little bit more comfortable actually seeking out medical care in a timely manner.
Do you think that helps them personally with their relationships at home and amongst family members?
I think that it does. I always tell folks, if your wife sends you into the doctor, if your girlfriend sends you into the doctor, it's because she likes you. She wants to keep you around. She wants you to stay healthy. And actually what we're seeing is men take even a more proactive role in that. And that's where the value really comes in, because paying attention to your health proactively is going to keep you healthier longer.
Mm-hmm. When can people get more information to contact you guys?
So they can look us up at www.marathon.health.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor, for joining us. Right there's the information on screen, marathon.health. You can find them on Facebook as well at Marathon Health, as well as Instagram at Marathon Health. We're going to have this full interview posted on our website, fox2now.com, shortly. We're going to take a quick break. Thanks again, Doctor.
Thank you.
All right. So as you guys saw right there. By the way, welcome to the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host, Vero G. So you guys saw that was a brief clip. Just like I said, it's news coverage of experts talking about the importance of men's health. I mean, health in general is very necessary and very primitive, but I think for the most part, I know how men are out there. I'm not saying that sense. Let me just rephrase that. I know how I had brothers and I had male in my family who were very not in tune to the healthcare field. You know what I'm talking about? What I mean, it was like they didn't really take care of his health, or they lack on it. So with that in mind, I think it's really very intrusive. Not intrusive, but I think it's very much more needed to take the initiative and go and get the health that you need, especially mental health or all types of health for men. So go out there and take care of your health. Go check yourself out. If you feel something's wrong in your body, go see a doctor. It's really, really preventive care is very necessary with that. So with that said, that was it for the Men's Health Awareness Month for this week. And we'll be continuing on, Friday and other shows we do here, Sundays as well on this topic. Alrighty, your time needs some sleep. I need to get some rest again. Before we continue, again, guys, you can follow me on Instagram, which is at official Vero G. You follow me, I follow back. All that's said and done. Also, last but not least, this is the last week for submissions. If you'd like to submit for the magazine for the July issue, hit me up. You know where to find me, guys. I already told you where to follow me. And deadline's very, very soon, within this week or so, I believe, for next week. So, excuse me, with that said, definitely contact me if you want to be on the magazine for the Vero G Spotlight Radio. Magazine, not radio, magazine. Everything's going on. Okay, then. But prior to that, like I said again, yes, June is a little bit delayed, so it may be back to back. It's just a lot stuff going on with that, so we'll stay tuned for that. Also, quick but not lastly, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, we have a few dates available left on June. So if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you know where to find me, you know how to book it in, and let's make it happen. So you guys already know. All right, so let's get right into, I think y'all been waiting for this, the updates of the man of the hour. The one, the only scumbag of the world, besides somebody in my past, I'm not gonna mention his name. This man, Puff Daddy. That's right. I'm sorry. Hope I didn't say it too loud in the back, right? Okay. Anyway, so you guys know this case has been nothing but entanglements each week. And I've been updating you guys left and right with all this drama, chaos, and receipts for days, okay? So this week that just passed, there was a young lady, they're not going to give her name, of course, to protect her, I guess, her identity, to call it. She goes by Jane, right? So apparently she is one of the ex-girlfriends that Diddy has recently been with. Now I'm going to put recently. Now there's speculations this is the Jane, the baby mama of 50 Cent. I think her name is Joy something, I'm not mistaken. But definitely Joy. But I don't think that's her, because her name is Jane. So let me just clear that out. I don't think that's really her. Because that's another side story quickly before I get into this case. Apparently, the speculations were true when Daphne Joy, who was the baby mama of 50 Cent, y'all know already, had made it obvious that she put out there. She had numerous times where he paid her to fly around and sleep with her and do freak offs, and she got paid for it. So she was with it. She was okay with it. So she got paid for her time, and hey, she had no complaints about that. So this is the reason why 50 Cent and this man here in the world, 50 Cent, Puff Daddy and the screen there, do not get along for a lot of various other reasons. But I think it's part of the situation with his baby moms and that. 50 Cent baby moms, by the way. Yeah. All right, so let's get to these interesting notes I have got together for this case of the Diddy on trial special edition of the show here today. It's a lot, people, so let me take my time, okay? All right, so first it states here, this is Diddy trial day 19, okay? Now it says here, a thread, Jane Doe, one of Diddy's accusers, returned to the witness stand. This marks day 3 of her testimony. Before I continue, this is eye-opening because apparently in this story, it states that even though I'm going to talk more about it, but to sum it up, what I found out was when she was still doing things, when she was also doing part of freak offs with him too. This man loved freak offs. And with that in mind, to this day, she's going in court testifying against him, and he's still paying her rent, by the way. Yeah, you heard that clearly on the show. This man is still paying her rent while she is in court testifying against him. Wow. Just want to put it out there. All right, so it states here, Jane began testifying or testimony, reading text between her and Diddy, where he tried to convince her to send bad girl content. Diddy's text read, "Send me some shit of you being bad girl," quote and unquote. She accused him of wanting the footage to help him become erect. Oh my God. For another woman. Diddy later responded, just quote unquote, "Just do what I say, please. I'm horny." Let me reiterate this. Quote and unquote. "Just do what I say, please. I'm horny. And don't send no to me, please." But he was polite though. Interesting. Yeah, this is interesting. So it states here, Jane messaged back to Diddy, quote unquote, "I don't want to be used and locked in a room to perform and fulfill your fantasies. Coming to the realization of what it really is," quote unquote, Diddy told her he was tired of her, quote unquote, false allegations. You hear this, people? Yeah. Jane sent Diddy a message explicitly opposing the hotel nights in September 2023. She said, "I don't want to play this role in your life anymore. It's dark, sleazy, and makes me feel disgusted with myself. I feel it's the only reason you have me around and why you paid for the house. I don't want to feel obligated to perform these nights with you in fear of losing the roof over my head. I don't want to keep feeling like that anymore." Jane said, "I felt like he had such a big purchase, and I felt this was something I had to do in return to make him feel okay about that." Wow, that's crazy. She also spoke here. She spoke about flying to New York on September 17, 2023, thinking he'd accept her messages. He promised her a proper New York trip where he would take her to dinner and shopping. She said, as she was on the plane, he began sending her messages about arranging another hotel night. Now, if y'all don't know what that means, let me update you what a hotel night is. A hotel night to him is referring to another freak off in a hotel, set up by his assistants and his team so he could get pleasure by another man with the woman he's with. Just to make it clean on YouTube. So it states here, Diddy just told Jane, "I have a surprise." Jane, for me. "I have a surprise. If that's okay, just one." She said that meant he was going to introduce her to a new escort for one of their hotel nights. She said they, quote unquote, bickered a bit because she didn't like for those nights to be sprung on her. She said she took an ecstasy pill and put on lingerie in preparation for the new person Diddy was introducing to her. My God, what a sick fuck. Anyway, she said the hotel night didn't go well and testified she felt she had to make it up to Diddy. She later contacted a previous escort they had been involved with and made arrangements for him to come to New York. Jane spoke about how cash payment will be arranged for the men. The jury saw a text where she told the escort his money will be at the front desk of the Trump International Hotel. She said she got the cash from Diddy. Damn. Okay. Just a couple of days later, then she traveled to Miami, where Diddy requested round 2 with the escort they had in New York. He later joined them. In October of 2023, Diddy told Jane to arrange a party with the escorts. This was not long after she saw images posted by Diddy's ex-girlfriend of the two of them. She said she was furious. She later told him, "You got that girl next to you, so figure it out." He responded saying, "You're the only thing that's going to put me at peace, please." Why do all men be saying that shit? My God. Anyway, said P is what they refer to Paul as an escort they had encounters with. Jane told Diddy she needed a break. "I'm not a porn star. I'm not an animal. I need a break. I don't want to do anything that I hit a wall." She said that Diddy had her having sex with strangers for 3 years and that she needed a break spiritually. This man is the devil. God forgive me saying that. All right, it states here, Jane began to shed tears as she testified. She later messaged him, "Sex is sacred to me." Jane told Diddy that he made it crystal clear what he wanted from her. She told him that he was going to attempt to love bomb her to get what he wants. "You want me to," oh Lord, I can't say that here. "You want me to blanc some blanc?" I can't say the word. "You want me to suck you on blanc blanc?" If you get the figure of the speech, you know what I'm talking about. "So you can get off with Gina? I'm drained." Damn. Jane testified that she stopped answering Diddy's calls and left her an audio message saying, "I wouldn't be calling you like this. I need you, girl." He later messaged her, "Can I please come over there? That's my house too," referring to her home where he paid rent. This is crazy, man. I tell you guys so much shit here. All right, she later texts, "You agreed to my match 2-year investment in this toxic ass relationship." She added, "Much the 2 years like you and you were having each other alone. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm dead to you." Damn, she told him that, Puffy. She testified he threatened to take her away. What? Okay, hold on. Let me reiterate this. She testified he threatened to take away her home. Oh, Lord. Called her crazy and messaged, "The beauty is we both don't have to do anything we don't want to do." Jane said that referred to paying her rent. She also said she got an UTI. Oh, my goodness. If y'all don't know what UTI, guys, is a urinary tract infection, okay? And yeast infection after the sobriety party. Oh, my God. Whew, there's more. Diddy repeatedly asked Jane to call him as she expressed her frustrations with their relationship. "You placed and paid all these harmful men on me and the risk my health," Jane said, later adding, This was never love. I regret everything and all this dark, toxic shit that entered my life." Jane said when she learned about Casey's lawsuit against Diddy, she fainted. I reacted like, "I can't believe I'm reading my own story," she said. Damn, that's crazy. It states here she messaged him that she felt through reading Casey's suit. She was reading her own sexual trauma. She said, "Even 2 of our own birthdays, you forced me on men." He responded to her 2 days later saying, "Call me on the phone, important." Wow. All right, it states here, I just told you earlier about the show, right? But I'm going to say it again. Jane Doe testifies that Diddy is paying attorney's fees for the representation she currently has. So not alone he's paying her rent still, he's also paying her attorney's fees. Damn. All right. So it states here, Jane also says she later told Diddy he would play with her hundreds of thousands of dollars for what she felt over the course of their 3-year relationship. He called her a liar, an opportunist, and threatened to show her sex tapes to the father of her child. My God. In December of 2023, Jane told Christina Coren about Diddy's threats to show the father of her child her sex tapes. Christina said she would hide the phones the tapes were on and suggested Jane and Diddy take space from one another. She describes the time she didn't speak with Diddy as a calm time, questioning moves on a trip she took in January 2024. She reveals she flew to Las Vegas on a rapper's plane. She said later in the rapper's hotel room, she saw Anton. one of the escorts she and Diddy previously hired. She says Antoine was having sex with another woman while others watched, including the rapper and his girlfriend. She did not reveal the name of the rapper she was speaking about. Ooh, that'll be some more tea there. Yes, thank you. All right. So it states here, Jane and Diddy reconnected in February last year, 2024. Here we go, fucking again. So sorry for that, guys. Let me continue on with the story. Okay, so it states here, Jane and Diddy reconnected in February 2024. She said Diddy messaged her saying he had a dream about her. She said she responded because she missed him. He later asked her if she was free on her birthday and that we reiterate this, he would love to spend their birthday together. She responded to him saying, I'm a little traumatized from my past birthdays and what they ultimately led to at the end of the night. So, people, you're hearing it first here what's going on with the situation. Jane eventually saw Diddy for her birthday. She says they were in Miami. She said Diddy had candles, balloons, and a 5-course dinner for her. Damn, okay. They took ecstasy. Diddy then asked her, do you want to see Don? Referring to one of the escorts they had hotel nights with. She said she was high and agreed. She said she had sex with Don. She later flew back to LA with Diddy and they were back together. Oh, this man is so cool. He be on some wild shit. All right. So Jane said she saw Diddy in Miami in May, July. This was last year, I believe. In May, July, and August, but the two did not go out together because things started to hit the fan regarding the Casey lawsuit. She said the press was after him. Oh, you already know. Now, Stacey, she said the hotel nights continued, but either at her home or his. She showed him that she started OF. Well, OF is like OnlyFans thing, just so you know what that means. An OnlyFans earlier on in 2024 and how lucrative it was. She said one day when Diddy was going through her phone, he stumbled upon messages between her and someone named Bear, who gave her $9,000 for advertisement. She says he asked her who it was. She said she started to cry as Diddy was getting dressed because he felt misunderstood by her. She felt misunderstood by him. Diddy proposed that Jane sign some papers so they could have a peaceful breakup. Jane said she agreed. Jane testified Diddy still paid her rent after that moment, although he told her she was making her own money and when they initially had the conversation. Jane said Homeland Security investigations went to her house the day after they raided Diddy's homes of last year in March 2024. She said she did not speak to HSI agents, but they left a business card. She said she called Diddy and his security to let them know. Diddy later hired her a lawyer, which is still representing her now. People, you can't make this shit up. So it states here, Jane said an escort they use frequently named Sly threatened to release one of their tapes if he wasn't paid up to $10,000. She said she told Diddy and he got his legal team involved. Jane later told Sly she would not be entertaining his threats and extortion. She says a big media outlet later messaged her for comment saying they bought the tape. She said the company never released it. Ooh, the tea is hot like a motherfucker, people. Ooh, okay. So it states here, Jane says she was in Miami with Diddy the day the video of him assaulting Casey dropped. She said Diddy's son came into the room to tell his dad that something happened. Jane says she gave Diddy space that day. She later rejoined him in a huddle with his sons and others. They spoke about how he would apologize. Jane said Diddy told her that her video was the only time he and Casey. Wait, hold on, let me rephrase that. Jane said Diddy told her that video, the one I was talking about, Jane, scratch that. The video she's talking about is the one where Puffy and Casey, you know, the infamous one that's been viral about him beating her in the hotel and everything. That's what she's talking about. And he said Casey hit him as well. Now, after that happened, you know, he did the IG bullshit apology. Like, you know, his people was like, oh, listen, you got to do that to make it look good. So you already know that whole story, right? So it states here, she says the next time she met up with him was June 18th of last year. She said they had a date night in her home. She said on this date, there were no plans for an escort to be there. Jane said the two later got into an argument because she believed Diddy was on with a woman under the age of 21 years old, but over the age of 18. During his family trip to Utah, she said she got furious with him, pushed his head into the marble, and began throwing candles and glass before locking herself in the bathroom. This shit's getting crazy, people. I'm sorry, I got receipts on this shit. She said he kicked down the bedroom door, then kicked the bathroom door off the hinges to get to her. Damn, he that strong? Shit. She said she tried to run, but he kicked her and put her in a chokehold. Oh my God. She said she could not breathe and went to the front door. She said she ran several blocks away and hid there for 2 hours. This man's a fucking beast, I'm telling you. Jane said when she walked back home, she saw Diddy. I was scared, but I was quiet. And I just kept walking back to the house because I didn't want to wake up the neighbors. She said when she got home, Jane locked herself in the guest bedroom. She said Diddy knocked the door in and an altercation between the two ensued. Damn. That's a receipt for days, man. So it says here, Jane said she started throwing candles to get him away from her. She ran into the patio and Diddy followed her. She said, I punched him and then he punched me. She testified he began punching and kicking her head as she was balled up on the ground. He told her that she was trying to take him away from his kids and family. She said he grabbed her arm and her hair and began dragging her into the house. Jane said she called the woman she believed Diddy was on vacation and with the woman said insulting things to her on the phone. She said she had to listen because Diddy held her down. She later went to the shower to cool down and saw she had a black eye forming. She said, as she was in the shower, Diddy slapped her and she fell down to the ground in the shower. This man don't have any more audacity to beat the woman already enough and then beat her again. Listen, the chat is open. Y'all have more than any opportunity to talk about this too if you want on the show. All right, so I guess this goes on. Jane says Diddy told her to just put ice on the eye and put on lingerie and heels. She said she saw Diddy messaging Anton from her phone, asking him what he was doing. She said Diddy saw the messages between Anton and her regarding their mutual friend. Diddy questioned her about the time she bumped into Anton in Vegas. Jane said Diddy told her that take a pill. She says, whoa. I mean, reiterate this. She says she wrote him, this is what it says here, him repeatedly that she did not want to, and he said, take the effing pill. You're not going to ruin my effing night. So go get there and blank his blank. Suck his, you know what, his eggplant. Let me just, because remember, we're on YouTube, so gotta be careful. Okay. She said, wow, this is crazy. She said she did it and felt disgusting. Jane said Diddy called her a whore and left her $12,000 to pay Anton and fix the doors in her home. She said she Ubered $3,000 to $4,000 to Anton. Images of the broken doors were shown to the jury. She said she saw Diddy a few days after that because she missed him. Lord, trauma bonding. Remember that word. She said she never hit the doors because fixed, or let me rephrase that. She says she never hit the doors fixed because there were other bills she had to take care of. Damn, son. I don't know. A video of Jane's bruising and welt on her forehead was shown to the jury. The injuries were visible through the makeup she had on in the video. In the video, Diddy and Jane both acknowledged that the bruising was visible. In the video, she referred to Diddy as her bestie. She said they will be best friends after breaking up. What kind of shit is that? Oh my God. She continued to communicate with Diddy. She got mad when she found out that he went on vacation with another woman. I think this was Carissa. And blocked his numbers. She reached out to him when she found out his mom had to be hospitalized. Jane said the last time she saw Diddy was August of last year, 2024. When we were together, we were just in our same routine, having sex and everything, she said. Jane confirmed Diddy is still paying for her attorney to this day. Court adjourned for the day. This is crazy, people. Now, there's another one here. It says Diddy judge. The judge, there's a lot of shit going on between the courts now. So it says here, Diddy judge shoots down music mogul's motion with mistrial. Thank you. Now, let me just add to this point. So apparently his attorneys at the time had spoken to the judge and stated that because certain evidence was lacking, they felt that it should be mistrial. And then the judge thought about it, I think, into the next court date, and when they was like next week or last week, or I don't know, it's like this week it happened or something like that. And when they went back to court, the judge decided this is not a mistrial. We're going to continue on this court case. Yes, that's all I'm going to say with that. Also states here alongside Jay-Z's former bodyguard found dead after claiming that Jay-Z and Diddy tried to pay him to kill Biggie Smalls. There's allegedly, I don't want to say it's true, there's alleged allegations. I remember him, I think his name was Big Lou. I saw this video and he did talk a lot about Jay-Z and Beyonce, allegedly. A lot of stuff I won't say on here, but if you look him up on YouTube, his name is Big Lou. I think it's Big Lou. Unfortunately, he said he passed away. A lot of speculation there. All right, so trial day 21. It states here, Diddy's ex-girlfriend testified under the fake alias name, J. Doe. Who is still on the stand to continue cross-examination on Tuesday. Diddy's defense attorney, Tenny Ruggles, questioned Jane about the designer items she walked away with after ending her relationship with Diddy. Gargles began Wednesday's line of questioning with evidence of conversation between Jane and a male escort after a 2021 hotel night. Mm-hmm. So it states here in the messages, Jane is being friendly with the male escort and even asks him to send her a personal video. Gargles goes on to the question, asks Jane about a Valentine's Day hotel night. Jane admitted that on the night in question, it was her idea to have two men present. She admitted it was crushing to see Diddy doing romantic things for other women, like gifting Gina a love bracelet. Now, Gina, let me just add you to this, because there's a lot of girlfriends he had. Tasha K, I love her, by the way. Big up to her. She does a lot of great exclusive interviews for a lot of these amazing stories. Now, I watched the interview she did with this young lady called Gina, who at one time was dating Puffy at the time. And it was recent. So I saw the interview and I broke down crying because at the time she was explaining or expressing her concern about the abuse she was encountering with Puffy at the time. And I remember this because she sat down across from her in the podcast and they were talking, and she was explaining to Tasha K that at one time she was pregnant from Puffy, and Puffy basically didn't want none to do with her. He told her to abort the baby, whatever, and they had many physical altercations. He was physically abusing her, and one time when she was pregnant, at one time he kicked her stomach to the point where she lost the baby with miscarriage. So this man has nothing to do with this trial alongside. He is a piece of shit in my eyes, okay? And I'm being straight honest with you guys. I cannot continue on this story of his case without letting you know how much of a piece of shit he is. And his mother raised him wrong. There's a lot of speculation about his mom too. Here we go again. Hold on. I'm not accusing him of this shit. I'm so sorry for that, guys. So just to reiterate what I was talking about earlier a few minutes ago. Now, Gina, she was the ex-girlfriend I told you about, who had an exclusive interview with Tasha K in her show, and she was expressing about the abuse she had with Puffy at the time. And they had and she was all right, he was kind of dating her at the time and then dating Kim Porter. Kim Porter and him for years been back and forth with their relationship. But apparently Gina was unfortunately one of the ex-girlfriends at the time. And like I just said before I got cut off with this conversation, she apparently was pregnant one time with him, and he told her to abort the baby, to pay for it and everything. And eventually, unfortunately, he beat her to the point where he kicked her stomach, and she ended up having a miscarriage. Yeah, that's serious. So, with that in mind, I just want to add that who the Gina is. Just reiterating who she is at the time and how she played a role in his life. And that. All right, so let's get back to it. So apparently, it states here. Okay. Jane testified that she was very upset when she found out that Diddy was on a vacation with another woman shortly after the two came back from her birthday trip. Jane said as a result, she threatened to take hotel nights away from Diddy. She told him, if you don't come here now, we're not going to do anything that you want to do. Damn. Jane planned a hotel night for Valentine's Day after Diddy left the trip with the women he was with earlier. She invited the two escorts. She had confirmed it was her idea to have them two with him. All right. Messages from March of 2022, forgive me, were reviewed in court where Jane Doe told Diddy to get Gina to delete a picture of a necklace that he gifted her. The necklace matched a bracelet Diddy got for Jane. Jane noted that Diddy previously got her to delete a picture of food that showed she was with Diddy. Damn. Mic drop. Anyway, so Jane testified that although she spent much time with Diddy in spring 2022, they went nearly 2 months without a hotel night. On June 19th, Diddy suggested having one, but Jane told him she wasn't in the mood. She said, not really in the mood for that part, don't want to make you mad. He responded, all that good, and suggested that role play instead. Jane said they ended up watching old hotel night videos of that means and pornography together. Oh my God. Jane thanked Diddy for her birthday gifts and alone time, though she said she had sex with him and 3 entertainers that night. She later found out that he took another woman to Turks and Caicos right after, which she said was painful as she was recovering from having to sleep with 3 men that I didn't want to sleep with. They broke up for weeks, but she said Diddy would end things when challenged, then bombard her with calls soon after. The defense showed a message Jane sent to Sly, an escort they worked with, inviting him to join the 2023 Turks and Caicos trip. Jane's message read, would you be available to come to Turks by any chance? You would need a passport and I think a vaccination card. Let me know what you think. Jane said she sent it to Diddy, but he didn't ask her to. She testified that another escort, Paul, was on the trip and that Sly met them in Miami. Afterward, she said when she saw Sly, because she felt she had ruined the hotel night with Paul. Now, these are the escorts we're talking about, by the way. Jane broke down in tears after the defense went through messages she sent Diddy. Jane wrote, the fact that you are the reason for my child's joy is a feeling inside that I can't explain. I love you so much as my friend, my lover, my boyfriend, even though you don't like that word. In October 2023, Jane and Diddy argued about his other girlfriend, Gina, I told you about already, who Jane said brought drama into their relationship. Diddy messaged me, you're the only thing that's going to put me on peace. What a lie. Please, when he asked if she believed the hotel nights brought him peace and that it was part of why she agreed to them, Jane said yes. The defense brought up the sorority party where they had. Jane previously said that one of the 2 times she attempted not to do drugs during a hotel night with Diddy. When asked if she agreed to that night, Jane replied, unfortunately, yes. This is the attorney for Puffy. You agree now that you agreed to it. Is that fair? And she says, I resent him for knowing how much I loved him and how I couldn't say no to him. His attorneys ask her, and you regret it, right? And she says, I believe resent and regret lie in the same feelings. The jury saw a video from that night showing them laughing, and Diddy said, "I was in a dark hole, and you came here to save me, and I appreciate that." And Jane replied, "You did some saving on me, and I didn't even know." Jane previously testified she felt depressed after that night. Damn. Now, there's more to this, but that's all I can give you for now, right, guys? Because it's more information. But basically, the whole entire week, it was focusing on his ex-girlfriend. I told you about Jane Doe. And that's just part of what was going on at that week for the cross-examination, the testifying about him, excuse me, and about his innuendos with other women during the times with her, and, as you know, other women. Listen. If the tea don't get hot, I cannot tell you how much tea spilled it right now on the show. Okay, we already chatted on. Okay, make sure. But again, how you guys feel about this? This all information I gave you right now. There was more stuff coming out this week, but I was like, listen, I don't want to be overwhelmed right now, so I'm gonna just give you what I can so far with information about this case this week. Last week actually, this last week. So this week will be more, and I'll definitely update you guys on this case as we have more further information. Puff Daddy. Now, how do you guys feel so far? All the information I've been giving each week about this trial. Do you think he's gonna be set free? You think he's guilty? For me personally, my own personal belief, I think personally he'll be definitely staying in jail for a long time. Because the fact that, remember, he is charged for two things: sex trafficking, and actually no, coercion, sex trafficking. I think the RICO. So RICO, they're trying to, because they're saying he has, remember, he bring drugs, but his assistants had bring drugs over international waters, which is legal, by the way. Yeah, and also prostitutes, paying travel expenses for these prostitutes back and forth. So there's a lot of illegal stuff going on there already. But again, how do you guys feel about this matter? I already told you how I felt about this. It's just unfortunate, these young ladies have gone through a man, or gone to be with a man who they assume they love, and all he does or has done is been abusive physically, emotionally, and verbally. And he uses his title, his authority, his power, money, fame, to basically subside their feelings of what's really happening. So kind of like, it's all right, baby. Here's some nice gifts. I got you. But, don't forget we got to do these freak offs. So, yeah, it's a lot of manipulation tactics I see here, a lot of bullshit through the mirror, as they call it, the smoking mirrors, they call it. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, how do you guys feel about this situation's case? It's really just crazy, first and foremost, uncovering so many layers of this whole, or 30 or something, 40, about 30 years he's been in the industry, how disgusting this man is, from being supposedly a mogul in the game and ripping off these artists that he had one time worked with Bad Boy Records at the time, or production, whatever you call his label at the time. And, from stealing their money, and then on top of that, ruining these young ladies' lives with lies, sex, and money, and with Casey, and the list goes on. I mean, this man is never coming out of this shit. I mean, if somebody think in their right mind Diddy is innocent, you must be either really, really retarded, or you're living on a fucking rock. Because the proof is there. There's a lot of evidence against him. And I'm not here to bash nobody's opinion. Look, you're more than welcome to talk what you gotta say. But me being a victim of the circumstance of being sexually in the situation level, sexually abused, and also being a domestic violence survivor numerous times, yeah, I speak for those. And I see the cycle of patterns he has. And it's very similar to each other woman he's been with in the past, either with a side chick or a girlfriend or whoever. The patterns are there. The red flags are there. And then let me just add to a story to this before we get into our music break. Yeah, the fact that there's a lot of allegations about how he started knowing about doing these things was that his mother was grooming him. Allegedly. See, I'm putting allegedly here for a reason. Allegedly, his mother, okay, I was just saying Miss Combs. Janice Combs, by the way. That's her name, Janice Combs. Apparently was introducing him at a young age, sex parties, orgies, and other things of that nature. Now, again, I'm just saying allegedly until we find out the truth. So, like I said, and also there's other speculations that I guess that the Tupac and Biggie situation, he may have a hand in, allegedly. and other situations that we don't know about yet. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna take a quick break here on the show, and yeah, if you like the show, you can share it, like, comment, share some love, guys. You know, we're here right now. Again, with the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show with your host Vero G, and all that said and done, all that jazz, right? All that jazz, right? All that jazz. Yeah, this is an interesting night. Yeah, just trying to take it easy, people. As I say. So with that in mind, we're gonna take a quick music break. I'm gonna shout out the artists this week. I'm gonna be showcasing. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, I just want to throw it in there. The second annual Vero G Awards. We're trying to decide either doing virtually or in person, so we're working that out now. But I'll update you guys on that. I didn't forget about it. It's just like so many things were happening prior to that last year. So we're just trying to slowly get back on track of everything. So just want to update you guys on that. We didn't forget about it. So you guys already know. All right, now back to the music selection we chose this week for the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show here on the show. So I'm gonna play the artist's real lyrics. His song is called No Hope, featuring myself. Again, really dope album is out now. Evolution Volume 1 is available on digital platforms. Go support that. Also, next we're gonna play after that Chronos Genesis. Really dope artist I met a couple years ago. He was on my show at DTF Radio, and we always stay in touch from time to time with stuff he's doing. So with that said, the song we were playing after that is called Mind Blowing. After that, we were playing another artist I know, cool friend of mine. He's an R&B artist called by the name of Daylight, and I'll be playing his video called Get a Room. And then after that, we were playing another song from another artist I know. He goes by Mr. Flow 3030, and it's called Enfinal. Or it's a reggaeton song, so it's really really dope. The visuals are dope. So again, we'll be playing those this week on the show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hope you enjoying the show. If you like it, again, comment, share, all that. And I'm going to put the QR code too on the screen while we take a break. So if you want to donate a little something, $1, $2, $3 count, I appreciate your support. You already know. For the door. No, if you're hearing a phone vibrate, I'm bugging out. Anyway, either or, we'll be right back, guys. Your girl here, Vero G, on the show. And I'll be right back. Yes, I'm excited. Hope you guys enjoying the show. Even though we're having some stuff behind the scenes, we're still pushing the show along, as they say. So, yeah. All right, guys. We're out of here. We'll be right back.
No, no change. Violence every day. What can I say? No, no change. Hard to do is pray to make it through.
They say church is a safe place. What about them 4 girls? Got the light ticket to way in the Mama Church. I look at the world different while we walking through it. Visitors taking pictures at big buildings that's got your liberty. Don't know nothing about the history, about this crooked land. The beast is still watching, we never been free. Fuck praying to the Lord, we in the worst time. Can't you hear any niggas rhyme? Always killing all the time. Another body getting stuffed in the box like it's holiday Christmas. Sinners pass and look around like it's New Year. Jehovah passing watchtowers, preaching. Say the world is going to be in the better place, like it's paradise. But my eyes don't see what your eyes, my eyes see hell.
No, no change. Violence every day. What can I say? No, no change.
Lord. Wanna make it home safe on these deadly streets. When the Houston lied to us and said the kids is the future. Where's that? On them 80 babies killing us. We're by the days they talking about. All I see is hearses. Going to graveyard site and bury more coffin. Got with young boys wearing dresses and makeup. That comfortable in their own skin. This generation is lost. I'm teaching my young ones and not to be brainwashed. And there's no hope in this youngster. Wanna be gangster. Raised up and in the broken family. So you got no choice to walk with my automatic weapon to survive in this hopeless world.
No, no change. Violence every day. What can I say? No, no change. Hard to do is pray to make it through.
Trends.
I mentally reinvented around lyrics to its highest zenith. Enlightened like Buddhist, I reincarnated the unprophetical, intellectual, highly sexual. Not a predator, my stilo flows are something secular. The golden child of kings, my title reigns supreme. Feeding hungry kids left over of my dactylic masterpiece. Every time I put Excalibur skills unto onion skins, witness silent killer instincts. They call me the assassin. Since I can't get in the game, watch his pocket stolen. You're falling down the stairs, you might as well be Gary Coleman. And watch as I bury you, take your life away, resurrect my Jackson. So me and him can moonwalk on your grave. MCs say they wild, but really domestic. Preaching as the last of a dying breed, but the species selective. All this my streets and my hood shit is really played out. You like Sega Dreamcast before it came out. Don't test these MC skills, cause you won't pass. Your best advice to exempt this final is, oh, here's your pass. Don't be a fool and think you can match up to this lyricist. I'll infect your soul with lyrics like a vaginal cyst. Chupacabra, a scientific linguistic, tongue twisted, gifted, equipped with intricate ellipses. Rectangular prisons of illusion I envision. Chef to triplet converse, a schizophrenic disposition. The conclusive, delusive stenographer of lexicology. So God X, a Haitian child, I gotta know identity.
Blow, my mind's inclined to blow. Blow, my mind's inclined to blow.
I'll hear your mind blowing, but keep your mind frozen. Cause aneurysms seem to happen every time we're flowing. Rhymes as wicked as a demon, cause we be scheming on the next time we can catch your ass while you're dreaming. Me and my man so crazy with the tempo, like a heat wave just too hot to handle. It ain't hard to tell that this is mastery, to think you have the audacity to fuck with our capacity. Mentally, it's nothing but false hope. Plug our music into your veins cause it's all dope. We run this game shutting down all you fucking fools. Rhymes too addictive so you know we break that fourth rule. But crazy wordplay so fucking instant. Shots hitting from close range then like Cobain. From the depths of hell is where this maniac was spawned. You can't say shit when your motherfucking mind is blown.
Blow, my mind's inclined to blow.
Yeah.
You can't say shit
When your motherfucking mind is blown.
Blow, my mind's inclined to blow.
You can't say shit
When your motherfucking mind is blown. Descendant of force, anthropomorphic breeder among Neanderthals of millennia. primitive heathens, a behemoth, colossal giant, offspring of genetic design, with a capacity of intelligence of surpass mankind. Jungles are intricate, tangible, cannibals, judges of roots of hidden mirages, pyramids and camels, vortex and vexes, even Medusas, blood of the lamb fire, seeing their souls seduce us, fall into the vernacular of the bloody tongue of the Holy One. Once lay Satan himself, he lay next to the setting sun. Chisel stone, the definition, evolution, combination. Black stallion rises against ashes of volcanic eruptions. Souls beating hearts on Mother Earth. That results in complications and a stillbirth. Gravel beneath talents, whisk away the remaining debris. Bird prey ring law surveillance and accepts defeat. Cumulus clouds paints pictures of a world maimed. Rain under a guide that has MC's tame.
Blow, my mind's inclined to blow. Blow, my mind's inclined to blow.
I don't understand. Clean or dirty?
Can we get a room? Can we get a room, girl? I don't need to be rude, but can we get a room, girl? And I'ma love you down. Yes, I'ma love you down. Girl, I'ma love you down. Yes, I'ma love you down. So can we get a room? Truth about shorty, she's the sweetest apple of my eye. Gives my vision a cavity. So elegant, she's the one for me. Yes. Truth about shorty, it's a blessing to get some of her time. A dream to reality. You heal my soul like a remedy. I can give you my ear, my time, my heart, my loyalty, and more. I fell love in this club, girl. We had a few drinks in us. Oh, it's the final call at the bar, and I'm in your ear like we can go, but we don't have to go home. I'm feeling you, you feeling me. It's not a secret. Can we get a room? Yeah. Can we get a room, girl? I don't need to be rude, but can we get a room, girl? And I'ma love you down. Yes, I'ma love you down. Girl, I'ma love you down. Yes, I'ma love you down. So can we get a room? Ma, you should slide with me, catch a vibe with me. Champagne, bubble baths, a little privacy. The club closed 4 on the dot, but we can slide by 3 and take it to the Marriott or Airbnb. I know what you like, the finer things in life. Red bottoms, jewelry with ice at the highest price. Designer type of queen demanding your throne. You get it on your own, let's take it to a room, cause we grown. I can give you my ear, my time, my heart, my loyalty, and more. I've had love in this club, girl. We had a few drinks in us. It's the final call at the bar, and I'm in your ear like we can go, but we don't have to go home. I'm feeling you, you feeling me. It's not a secret. Can we get a room? Can we get a room? Can we get a room, girl? I don't need So can we get a room?
Ella sabe, cada vez que ella sale, se le quedan viendo. No es famosa, pero el TikTok ella lo tiene lleno de like, de comentarios, de muchos hombres escribiéndole te extraño. Lleva conmigo casi 2 años. Baby, tú eres el final. Me pones loco, para mí no hay nada igual. Cuando te toco siento que es muy especial. No lo imagines que nunca te voy a dejar. Cuando te toco siento que no la baby es activa, ella es otra cosa. Antes era mi amante, ahora es mi esposa. Deja que te explique cómo son las cosas. Yo para enamorarla nunca le ofrecí rosa. Porque esa baby al final yo la quise pa' mí. Yo me sentí envolvido desde el día en que la vi. Esa baby al final yo la quise pa' mí. Yo me sentí envolvido desde el día en que la vi. Me pone loco, para mí no hay nada igual. Cuando te toco siento que es muy especial. No lo imagines que nunca te voy a dejar. Cuando te toco siento que no voy a parar. Sé que hay muchas, pero como tú no hay. No me enamoro, pero yo sé lo que hay. Cuando te tengo cerca se me alegra el time. No soy un sentimiento, pero digo hi. Esa baby al final yo la quise pa' mí. Yo me sentí envolvido desde el día en que la vi. Ella sabe, cada vez que ella sale, se le quedan viendo. No es famosa, pero el TikTok ella lo tiene lleno de like, de comentarios, de muchos hombres escribiéndole te extraño. Lleva conmigo casi 2 años. Baby, tú eres el final. Me pones loco, para mí no hay nada igual. Cuando te toco siento que es muy especial. No lo imagines que nunca te voy a dejar. Cuando te toco siento que no voy a parar. No. Mr. Flow 3030. Yeah. Música fresita con un poco de tigueraje. Es Shark. ¿Qué es lo que? Yeah, yeah.
Well, guys, what's up? What's up? Welcome back. You're watching the Vero G Spotlight Show with your girl, Vero G. If you guys watch the entire show, thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to the amazing guests of artists we played today on the show. Real Lyrics, Mr. Flow, 3030, Daylight, and also Chronosis, Genesis. So again, hope you guys like their music. Support all of them. And hope you guys enjoy the show itself. Again, if you want to donate a little something, that is my QR code, wink, wink, on the show. You know, that little sign, throw your girl sign. What's up? You guys already know. So with that in mind, I thank you so much for coming on the show and supporting it each and every week here. Sometimes it's a little chaotic behind the scenes and you got to take care of it. Things, you know, we have to sometimes out of our hands. But with that being said in mind, thank you for those for tuning in each and every week on the show. Big shout out to my last guest on here. Was it last? Wait, today's Sunday. It was Friday. Big shout out to Ant Taylor. Big up to him. Just check him out. The Ant Taylor Show is available on digital platforms. Also on Bay Play Radio. They play his show there on the station as well. Check out the last show. It's really funny. We talk about a lot of things. You definitely got to check it out if you missed that episode. It's available on the YouTube channel. Also, it's on the Vero G Spotlight Network. So you could go subscribe to that channel. You're more welcome to support, and I appreciate the love. And also, like I said, you're available to watch it also on Twitch and on also Facebook Live here on my channel, on this page, as they call it, right? With that in mind. So with that said, I want to thank you guys again for coming on the show, supporting the show, and just tuning in with me each and every other week with this craziness stuff going on. It's making it happen, right? So with that in mind, I'll see you guys this Friday, God willing, and I will update you more with the Puff Daddy situation at hand. And again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I'm going to just throw it in there. Just throw it in there. Happy Papa's Day. I always say it in there. To all my friends who are fathers, everyone out there doing a great job, just raising your kids or being a part of your kids' lives or anything of that nature. I want to thank you, all those out there doing your thing. So kudos to you dads out there and being a role model to these amazing kids out there. With that said and done. So you guys are ready. All right, we are out of here, guys. Sayonara until Friday. We'll see you guys. Until then, again, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can contact me on my inbox, Facebook, or also on my Instagram. And all that said and done. And also, quick update, guys. I'm soon releasing a new Spanish song. It's called Rompe Mi Corazón. I will put the exclusive sneak peek here by July-ish. So stay tuned for that. I'll update you guys on that. So I'm going to throw a little something extra on the show before we get out of here. So you guys already know. Yes, you're the first to know. Yes. And I'm excited. So I can't wait. I'll give you more details on it when it gets out and all this. And so stay tuned. All right, I'm out of here. Until then, your girl here, Vero G, signing out. We're going to do how we do. We always close the show out. You know how we do. So until then, I'll see you guys. Have a good week. Be safe.
That as a plus size woman, you're doing it, and I'm like,
Hood Baby.
but why can't you do it? And she's like, well, Mom, I'm not pretty enough. And she's
like
very,
when
she's very pretty. And I was
come
like,
about, like,
but you are. And she's like,
and we
but
just sit back and vibe to it.
I have this,
and when we was hearing it, like
body and these
with the way
stretch
the
marks,
beat
and I'm
is
like,
set up,
and
saying got the amazing
or
Maroon 5.
someone came up to me on the show and
that
like, I could never do this.
So,
I had surgery on my neck and I had a scar, and I'm like, and
smooth
I said,
people, you know what I'm saying?
to
So
me, scars show what we survived. They're a badge of honor.
Just came at them and brought a little vibe to it. Honestly.
It's not a flaw.
It
just
just a little
unique.
turn up
It
because
says,
I know
hey,
my
I
first
did this,
project
I
came
accomplished this, I
more
lived
subtle,
through it, and I'm better for it. So
because it was around February,
that's
around the time you got the love,
what I
got the
really
pain,
predominantly
breakups,
love to share with people, and
this time
just
around
bring
where
that awareness because I'm I'm plus size. I'm going out there, I'm doing this stuff. All eyes are on me when I'm doing this stuff,
like,
and
when songs come about,
I still struggle sometimes. I remember going to one New York Fashion Week. I had,
and we was hearing it, like,
imposter syndrome, and I told this girl who's pretty well-known model, and I'm like, I feel like I don't belong because you would have all these billboards, and either they would be younger or like